Let's see. Is there sound? Yes, I hear it. Yes, there is sound. Can you guys believe we still haven't gotten the shiny Yveltal? Especially since we have the shiny charm. So, same thing as previously. I wanted to start a little bit earlier. I wanted to start at 9:30 so we can get some more shiny hunting done. But then, unexpectedly, went out to dinner. I even had the macaroni completely ready boiled for tonight's dinner. And then, I get a call saying, your father wants to go out for dinner. So, hope you didn't cook the macaroni yet. And I'm just like, well, too late, it's already cooked. Already boiled, I should say. So we went out for dinner, and then we went to Costco. So that's why I'm starting a little bit later tonight, because frankly, I needed to charge my phone. I left work a little earlier today because I needed to help pick up my sister's medicine, which was right outside of home. So I was told to leave work early today to help her pick that up. And let me show you something after this next shiny check. Okay, no. Let me show you what I got today because I left work early. So if you take a look at this, which is going to be very close to the camera. If you can see this, what's this? What's this right here? So you can see that this is what I got today. And that's not all. What's this? Oh, look, there's two. I have two. There's no room here. I have two Cloud Player 2 amiibos now. And also, while I'm showing this, I may as well show you guys this as well. Because when I went to get these amiibos, I saw this, and I also picked it up. If you guys can see this. This is a very zoomed in Mimikyu Funko Pop. Yeah, I don't have a lot of space, sorry. It's very zoomed in. So, the story about that, or those, is that around like 4 in the afternoon today, I got a call from a friend of mine. He was at GameStop and he said, yo, they got Cloud Player 2 amiibos here. I'm just like, do you have enough? Can you buy one, maybe two for me, and then I pay you back? And because he's a little bit cheap, or rather I should say he's a little bit broke. He's trying to save money, given how much stuff he buys. And I thought I spent a lot. And I thought I bought a lot of stuff. So I figured, like, well, I need to leave work early anyways. So why don't I just swing by to GameStop? Pick them up for myself, and then go pick up my sister's medicine. And that's exactly what I did. Thankfully, they had two, and thankfully, nobody else there gave a damn about them. Because I was so afraid, like, you know, lining up. Someone else in front of me was like, hey, those Cloud amiibos there, can I cop those? Thank you. So I was really afraid that someone else in front of the line wanted them. Thankfully, nobody gave a damn about them. So I copped both. There were two available, I copped both. I was a little unsure if they would even let me buy both. And then I saw the Mimikyu Funko Pop. I figured, well, I'm already here. I may as well pick it up. Give me a second. My sister just came through the door. I need to let her know the dogs haven't pooped yet. So yeah, I finally got my hands on not one, but two Player 2 Cloud amiibos at long last. This amiibo came out over 7 years ago, and I now finally have it. I tell ya, these Player 2 Smash Amiibos are hard as hell to find. I only have one Player 2 Bayonetta. I now have two Player 2 Clouds. I still do not have Player 2 Corrin. That and Yoshi are the only two Smash Amiibos I'm missing. And yes, I do have the Gold Mega Man. I count that as a Smash Amiibo. So yeah, now I'm only missing two Smash Amiibos, being Yoshi and Corrin Player 2. You know, a long time ago, like 2 years ago, Best Buy had it up for pre-order, so I pre-ordered it, and I never got them. So I don't know what happened to that. I don't believe I got an email saying orders canceled or anything either. So, finally got my hands on Cloud Player 2 amiibos. Now, the reason I bought the two that they had available, is obviously because I want to open one. I mean, I have two, so I may as well open one and leave the other one sealed. And, well, while I was at GameStop, because the GameStop is directly beside a Walmart, I figured, well, I need to get a couple groceries. I'm already here, I may as well. What I needed to buy today was cheese. The classic American microplastic-filled cheese. See, my mom and I, we like classic American cheese, but my dad and sister, they do not. They think it has too much of a funky cheese taste. So they prefer Swiss cheese, you know, white cheese, because it doesn't have that pungent of a flavor. So it's really annoying having to cater to those two. Specifically go out of my way just to buy white cheese just for the two of them. God, they're annoying. So, aside from that, let me show you guys something. Once again, after the shiny check. Because, I believe, 2 days ago... Also, I wanted to do this last night, but because the night before, I went to that Chinese dinner, so I couldn't do... You know, everything got pushed back a day. So I wanted to do this last night. So I think 2 nights ago, I finally got my 10th overall final shiny Furfrou. I now have all of them. I got them done. 10 shiny Furfrous. All of them are mine. I have all 10. So let me show you guys the numbers real quick, because I have the numbers. I did count after this shiny check. Okay, no. Okay, so if you take a look over here, now I moved the screen more towards the middle for you guys to see better, and I also moved all the boxes starting at box 90 just to make it a little bit clearer. Here are the numbers. Here are the numbers. It took me a total of 2,730 eggs hatched to get 10. That means I got an average. I got a shiny an average of every 273 eggs. So not bad. So this was the original, the first shiny at egg number 599. That means, you know, for 30 boxes I only got one shiny. But then things started to pick up. By the way, you guys can do the math if you'd like. That's where the first shiny was. Make sure these numbers are correct. I did the math several times to make sure. So, second shiny here at egg number 959. Shiny number 3 here, egg number 1088. Shiny number 4, egg number 1358. Shiny number 5, 1557. Shiny number 6, 1613. Whoops. Too soon, too soon. Wait, what? Wait, no, I went back. No, wait. Too far. Okay. Shiny number 7, I believe. 1,722. Shiny number 8. 2,158. Shiny number 9. 2,271. And then shiny number 10. 2,651. And then the final box, because I hatched 2730, that means that's 91 boxes. Last box is back here. So it took me 91 boxes of eggs hatched to get 10 shiny Furfros. It's okay. It's not bad. So now that that's done, what will I be doing on my own time? What will I be shiny hunting on my own? First of all, let me just fix all the other stuff that I had to move to show you that. Exit out of Notepad. Alright, so let me pull out the list for you guys. Because let me tell you my Marvel MCU phase slate worth of shinies I'll be hunting next. Oh, by the way, today I got a shiny Chansey in Pokemon Go. And yesterday I got a shiny Slugma. So, right now, what I've been working on the past 2 days, more casually, I've been slowly hunting these, is I'm going to work on my Hisuian forms in Strange Balls. Again. So, in my Violet game, I will be first breeding for 2 shiny Hisuian Growlithes, and then I will be breeding for 2 shiny Hisuian Voltorbs. I already have shiny Typhlosion in a Strange Ball, and then, not breeding, I will be hunting for 2 Hisuian Quillfishes, because you can get them in the polar biome. And then I will be breeding for probably 3 shiny Hisuian Sneasels, because Hisuian Sneasel has a gender difference, but not Sneaseler. So I'll probably go for 3 shiny Hisuian Sneasels. Hopefully, you know, 1 male, 1 female. I already have Hisuian Samurott and Lilligant in Strange Balls. And then I will be breeding for 2 shiny Hisuian Zorwas. I already have Braviary in a Strange Ball. I will be hunting for 2 Goomies for Hisuian Sliggoo and Goodra. And then I will hunt for a shiny Bergmite for shiny Avalugg. And yeah, that's it. So let's see. So the slate goes as breeding for shiny Growlithe, Arcanine, Voltorb, Electrode, and then hunting for Quillfish and Overquill. Then it's back to breeding for 3 Hisuian Sneasels. After that, breeding for 2 Hisuian Zorwas. And then I will be hunting for 2 Goomies and 1 Avalugg. So that is what I will be doing for the next little while. In fact, I'm going to start breeding for the eggs right now. I do 2 different picnics, and then I hatch them. You know, I do 2 picnics in a row, and then I hatch the eggs. I don't save, so if none of them are shiny, I just reset the game. It's a lot faster than having to release all of the hatch Pokemon. As long as you don't save the game, just restart the game. And just save the game whenever you get the shiny. I don't do level 3 egg power. I just do level 2. Works fine. I bred for all 7 shiny mini-ores, didn't I? You know, I keep forgetting. Every time I breed for Hisuian forms, I always forget to put on an Everstone. So I did indeed waste an hour by doing 2 picnics. And then they all turned out to be regular Growliths. So that's like, oh shit, I just wasted so much time. Alright, the picnic set up. I got the timer on the side for 30 minutes. Let's go. I actually do a timer for 31 minutes, just to be safe. I could probably do like 30 minutes and 30 seconds, but you know, it's whatever. Alright, so let me text my friend real quick. Let's see if he's working. Oh yeah, while I was at Costco earlier, I saw a whole gang of people, each in their shopping carts, a big Pikachu. A giant Pikachu plush. I was like, where are all these people getting these Pikachus at? So I looked around, I finally saw the bin that had the humongous Pikachu plushes. They were $50 each, but they were enormous, and I saw so many people have them. I was debating, do I want one? But then it's like, oh, $50 for just a Pikachu plush. You know? And you know, speaking of Costco, so it's been a minute since I last went to Costco. Then again, when I go to Costco, I'm not the one who carries the membership. It's either my dad or someone else I'm going with. The last time I went, a couple months ago, maybe just over a month ago, you know, he was the one who had the membership. So it turns out nowadays, and it turns out this has been the case for a while, you need to scan your membership before you're allowed to enter. Before you just simply, you know, show your membership card to the person in front. Hello there, I'm just talking about Costco. How I went to Costco earlier. So yeah, it turns out you need to scan your membership ID nowadays. In the past, you just simply just show the card, you just flash the card at the person at the front to show you do indeed have a membership. So you now have to scan your membership card, and it turns out that once you scan it, the monitor shows a picture of your face. It shows a picture of your face that you took when you got your membership. Because when my dad scanned his, it showed a picture of his face up on the screen. You know, it's like a security measure. If you scanned a membership and the face shows up isn't you, then they know, like, hey, that membership doesn't belong to you. Why do you have that card? So it's like, well, Well, aren't these guys very exclusive? And my friend says he's not rich. Look at the fancy club that he's with. Man, I just know I need to get myself a Costco membership someday. Oh, that's basically like another subscription I gotta do at some point. Anyways, how's the hunt going? It's taken longer than expected because I got Shiny Xerneas full odds relatively quick. And this hunt right now, with Shiny Charm, is like 3 times the Xerneas hunt. So it's like, how does that make sense? That's RNG for you sometimes. I'm also doing picnics on the side, collecting some Hisuian Growlithe eggs. So obviously, every time I go to Costco, it'd be a waste not to get the hot dogs when I'm there. It's $1.50 for a hot dog. With the rate of inflation, that hot dog plus a drink would be at least like $7, $8 these days. But the fact that they kept it at $1.50, you know, that's probably the cheapest meal you will ever find at all in general these days. Not even McDonald's can rival that price. You know, you eat 3 hot dogs a day, that's $4.50. Not even $5 for 3 meals a day. I'm sure by like the 3rd day of eating nothing but Costco hot dogs, you'll get sick of it, right? No matter how good they are, you will still get sick of it. You know what really sucks about this Xerneas hunt? And I've said this before. The sooner we get this shiny, the sooner we get to move on. Because I'm really dreading the next hunt. I'm excited for it, but I'm also dreading it. Because if Full Odds Xerneas had the potential to take the longest out of all the hunts so far, but it didn't. It was actually one of the shortest. But I know for a fact, unless I get really lucky, the next hunt will be extremely long. Unless I get lucky. Because, let's say I do 2 hours, 2.5 hours of Xerneas. Xerneas? 2.5 hours of Zygarde hunting every other night. And then eventually every night. That's still gonna be like, at best, maybe like 8 checks. Maybe. That's not a lot of checks. So yeah, Zygarde has the potential to take a very long time. And you know what? I'm ready. I'm here for it. I would love to start! But this Yveltal just won't shine. Wait, let me collect these eggs before I change the music. You know, in Canada, it's technically more expensive to buy the Costco poutine separate than together. The only reason I do that is because my dad actually just does not like poutine. He prefers regular fries with ketchup. Like the Hong Kong man that he is, Captain Hong Kong. He does not like poutine. He much rather is just regular fries with ketchup. So, getting the Costco poutine, we also have to cater to his ass, and we have to buy a whole separate fries just for him. And that's a lot of money, especially the fact that he doesn't eat all the fries. So, as a compromise, we buy all the ingredients separated. He can have his plain fries with ketchup, and then, you know, the rest we can just smother with cheese and gravy. Though it's actually more expensive to do it that way. Not by a lot, but, you know, every little bit counts. Because here in Canada, the poutine is $5.99. All the stuff separated, the fries is $2.99. Cheese curds is $2.99. And gravy is 30 cents. That equals $6.28. So it's 29 cents more expensive if you were to buy the poutine separately. 30 cents, that's not a lot, but hey, it stacks up, right? Versus just buying one simple poutine for all of us to eat, he won't eat it, and then he'll complain, why can't I have plain fries the way I like it? Yes, 30 cents isn't a lot, but, you know, it stacks up, right? Well, my friend didn't reply yet, so I'm going to assume he's at work. Oh, why do I have this on? Because I have the music playing. You know, I also can't believe I got all 10 shiny Furfros so fast. I really thought that would take me a couple months. But hey, like 2 weeks, and I got them all. And I got it, and you know, the average I got them at is well below odds. You know what sucks about this week? I thought that I was going to get Tuesday off. Well, I didn't. And then I thought I was going to get tomorrow off, being Thursday. Well, I got to go in for half the day. I don't have to go in for the morning, but I got to go in for the afternoon, which sucks. Ugh. Oh yeah, I should say that because I left early, I had to leave my phone charger at work for my sister. Because her ass, for some reason, doesn't bring hers. She always says like, well, brother, you bring yours, so why do I need to bring mine? I already have a phone charger out, and it's yours. So, she doesn't bring her phone charger out. I bring mine out. So she's always like, I don't need to bring mine out, because you have yours. So, if I ever leave early, I gotta leave mine behind for her. So I didn't have my phone charger at home. Yes, I did have hers at home, but then again, I didn't expect to have to go out for dinner tonight. So I figured, like, you know, I could charge my phone during dinner at home. I didn't expect to go out. Well, it's 10:30 now. He should be getting off his shift soon. So if he replies like, "Yeah, I'm just done. I'm done work now. I'm just leaving," then we'll wait for him. If not, then fuck him. Oh yeah, speaking of which, saying that reminded me, yesterday night, my friend randomly texted the group chat. He was asking for pictures of his ex. So he texted the group chat like, "Yo, anyone got pictures of my ex? Because her Instagram page is private." So then the reason he wanted that is because he said we're ranking our exes at the cottage. See, my friends and I, we might be planning a cottage trip together. We're still in the planning phase. Who knows if that'll even play out. We'll have to see. So that's why he was asking for pictures of his ex. Because he wants us to rank all of our exes at the cottage trip, if we even go. And I just replied like, what the fuck? Because he's asking for pictures of his own ex, and then another friend of ours just sent it to him. Sent it to us in the group chat. So of course I replied, what the fuck? What is happening in this group chat right now? And I tell you folks, if we actually do this, if we rank our exes at this trip, I will not participate. Now the reason is because, man, I'm just trying to move on. I want my relationship with my ex to be dead and buried in the past. I just want to move on from it. But no matter how many times I try to just simply move on and just, not speak about it anymore, well, it always comes back up. Like, I just don't want to talk about her. I just don't want to think about her. I just want to move on. Leave that relationship buried in the past. Just not speak about it. Just forget about it. And that just doesn't seem like it's possible. That just doesn't seem like it's ever going to happen. One way or another, that relationship of mine will always come back up. Well, I guess that's what I signed up for when I won that race, and then 9 months later I was born. Well, he didn't reply. So I guess, fuck him. Let's start talking about the boys. Because we also have Oshinoko to talk about. What if I get the shiny right? No. What if I get the shiny and then I have to stop talking about it? Right? So, The Boys episode 4, we're already halfway into the season. And I have to say, I kinda expected to follow Homelander the most watching the show, because Homelander is basically like the face of the show. Hell, he's in Mortal Kombat, isn't he? I thought we would follow Homelander a lot more, but like, he is very brief in the show, at least for now. I actually thought we would follow primarily Homelander and the rest of the 7, but no, instead, so far from what I've seen, we're primarily following Huey and Butcher. We're actually seeing very little of the 7. We see very little of Homelander, Maeve, the Deep. We actually see almost nothing from Black Noir. Translucent's dead. And Starlight's the newest member of the 7. So, like, I kind of thought we would primarily follow the 7 and Homelander, but no, we're following Huey and Butcher. That did catch me a little off guard. I really did think that throughout the show we would mostly follow Homelander, given how Homelander's the face of the show. At least that's what I saw before watching the show. So, you know, that's just me. Anyways, episode 4, we actually open with a flashback to a butcher with no beard, and he's with his girl, whoever Chantal Van Horen is playing. And then we cut back to present day where Butcher is now alone. He microwaves a Hot Pocket for breakfast, and Mans eats a Hot Pocket with a knife and fork. Which, okay, I guess that works. Maybe I use a fork to eat my Hot Pocket from time to time. You know, it's hot and I don't want to use my hands to pick it up, so I use a fork to pick it up. But I still bite it, you know. I don't cut it with a knife. But hey, whatever works, works, right? And he eats his Hot Pocket while staring at his TV, not watching the morning news or listening to police reports like I thought. Instead, he's watching old footage of, I assume, his ex. His now ex. He's watching old park footage. And the security camera date said 2012. Season 1 came out 2019, so I assume that's when Season 1 takes place. He's watching 7-year-old public park security cam footage of his ex. What can I even say to that? So this episode, we got a couple of storylines. We follow our characters tracking down where Compound V came from. You know, they kind of blackmailed Popclaw into telling them where Compound V comes from. Which, I also forgot to mention that when A-Train killed Robin, he was on Compound V, so that's why he wasn't able to stop. So he just completely ran right through an innocent woman. So they go to this place. They follow this guy who leads them to this like underground, dirty-ass little labyrinth. So that's the place where Compound V is being sourced. Frenchie actually finds an Asian woman locked up down there. We don't know why just yet. Probably because she's dangerous. The moment Frenchie sympathizes with her and lets her out of her cage, she completely just absolutely destroys all the guys who were there. One of the guys was so afraid he would rather just take himself out than have her kill him. Well, Frenchie seems to sympathize with this woman this episode. And, you know, the woman is Karen Fukuhara's character. We actually don't even know her name. So, now they have to find this woman, this dangerous woman that Frenchie let out. A-Train also learns, like, oh shit, the operation where I get the Compound V stuff from, yeah, that's down. So now what can I do? Where am I going to get my fix? And he suspects that Popclaw told someone, because Popclaw's the only person, aside from himself, who knows about Compound V. So the hunt is on for this woman, this dangerous woman going around killing people. And, you know, Frenchie realizes she's just trying to get home. So they have to find her before A-Train finds her. There's other storylines in this episode. Huey goes on a bowling date with Starlight. Turns out Starlight's very good at bowling. They learn more about each other, they connect. You know, at first Huey didn't want to betray the trust of not only someone who's growing close to, you know, a friend of his, but also a member of the Seven. So he didn't want to bug Annie's phone in order to listen in on everything she says with the Seven. But then Huey sees, like, the ghost of Robin, reminding him what he's doing, why he's doing this. So he does indeed plant that bug. So now, Huey, Butcher, Mother's Milk, and Frenchie, they can now all They can hear all the conversation Starlight has with the rest of the seven. Did the music end? Oh, nope. Well, let's actually play this. Why not? There was also a small storyline with the Deep wanting to care about animals and dolphins. He actually goes to this, like, I don't know, this aquarium place. I forget what it's called. And then he steals a dolphin, trying to release it back out. There's a conversation back and forth between he and the dolphin, as if he wants to stick it in the dolphin's blowhole. Poor dolphin died in a pretty gruesome way. Deep gets pulled over, he slams on the brakes, dolphin goes flying through the windshield, and then gets completely smeared by a passing 4x4 truck. And, well, that's about it for Deep's story in this episode. Aside from the storyline with, you know, Karen Fukuhara's character, there was also a storyline with a hijacked plane, Homelander and Maeve needing to go save it. You know, we can't operate on foreign soil, but a hijacking plane. If we say that, then we'll earn, you know, international points or whatever. So they go, they stop. They're actually told there should be 3 hijackers. Homelander kills all 3, but then there's another one. There's one more in the actual cockpit. It's kind of like that Family Guy episode. You didn't expect one more. Well, the hijacker blows the brains out of the pilot. And in doing so, Homelander laser beams him, also destroying the control pad. So there's no way to control the plane now. And Homelander, unlike Superman, is not able to just go to the bottom of the plane outside and just guide it somewhere safe. So Homelander can't do that. Homelander is like, well, we can't save these people. Maeve, we gotta go. Leave him for dead. Especially a child. Oh, that was a hard scene to watch. It just solidified how heartless, how cold Homelander is. Everyone in the plane is picking up on it, like, oh my god, Homelander's leaving us to die. Maeve is like, save the child and her mother at least. But they can't do that, because, you know, witnesses. They can actually reveal to the world that Homelander left them all to die. Everyone on the plane, the mother is like, just take my child, take my daughter. Homelander said no. Because, same thing, the child can also reveal that Homelander isn't as good as he seems. So, a very hard scene to watch. They leave the plane and everyone in it to die. Now, I was actually thinking, like, off chance, if someone survived the plane crash. Well, first of all, they're landing in the literal middle of the ocean, so survival is pretty bleak. I would imagine Homelander would, at least just to be safe, go back, scan the area, make sure everyone's dead, right? Just in case there's a survivor who can reveal this stuff. Reveal not only Homelander, but Vought to the world. So I kind of picture Homelander would go back and check, make sure everyone's dead. Later on, there's a news report, you know, a newscasting. The debris of the plane crash are finally washing up ashore. Homelander or Maeve are there. Homelander crying some crocodile tears. They shouldn't have died. Oh, please, please, I need a moment. These good men, women, and children didn't need to die. If we were allowed into the military, we can make sure this never happens again. It's like crocodile tears. It's like, I love it. I can't wait to see the true unhinged side of Homelander. We're getting a little taste of it right now. Just like how Homelander wants to taste that milk. We're getting a little tease of his true unhingedness. So I can't wait to see that truly come out. What else happened? So they deduce after the Asian lady killed someone at like a salon, a nail place. They deduce that, well, she's just trying to go home, so maybe the subway station. A-Train's also on the trail. So they split up to try to find her. Frenchie tracks her down to a little electronic shop thanks to the music playing. So he texted everyone else, tech shop, and they took a surprisingly long time to get there. Frenchie had all that time to talk about, his father to her. Lots of time for Butcher and Mother's Milk to show up. They didn't even show up. Not until the woman ran away that after that happened, Butcher and Mother's Milk showed up. It's like, how far were you guys? It took you guys like 10 minutes after receiving the text to show up. And then there's this moment where, the three of them, it seems like the band's about to disband again. We got more backstory of like something that happened. So we haven't seen that play out yet. Well, Frenchie and Mother's Milk, it seems like they're about to leave this project. But then Butcher pulls them back with a speech about the Spice Girls. It's like, well, all the Spice Girls are shite on their own, but together, they make amazing work. That's us. We're the Spice Girls. Each of us alone, we suck. But if we're together... And then I could not help but notice the fly. There was a fly in the shot, and there was even a fly sound effect. I started laughing like, what was the deal with that fly? I think what might have happened is when these actors were doing their thing, a fly got in the shot, and they just kept it. Not only did they keep it, they amplified it, they enhanced it by adding in a little fly sound effect. So I think that's what happened. These guys were just acting and then a fly got in the shot, but they just stuck with it. They just went with it instead of redoing the shot with no fly. They kept the shot with the fly in and then they added in a fly sound effect. I love it. I love that they kept it in. The fact that these guys... Oop, there goes my timer for the eggs. I love that these guys actually just stuck with it, too. Like, there's a fly in the shot, doesn't matter. Keep on acting. Keep doing your job. Yeah, Frenchie tells the story to the woman, trying to connect with her, trying to calm her down. Because they have a plan to take her by knocking her dangerous ass out with gas first. Frenchie tells a story of like how he tried to, he was taken by his father away from his mother. So, he would try to run away from his father, but his father found him every time. So Frenchie knows what it's like to want to go home. Well, A-Train shows up, he finds her first, so they need to cause a distraction to get A-Train away from the woman. Frenchie's like, oh my god, is that A-Train over there? A-Train? Famous superstar? Superhero A-Train from the 7? Everyone, look, A-Train's here! So that distracted A-Train. Capitalism, baby. So yeah, they go down the tracks, they find the woman. She's about to attack and possibly kill Frenchie, but then they use the gas, knock her out. And I think that's pretty much the gist of the episode. You know, that plane scene, Homelander leaving the plane to die, is that the fatality? Because unless there's another plane scene where maybe Homelander lets someone get killed by the plane propeller, how many plane scenes are there that could have inspired that fatality? And you know, I didn't pick up on this either. The scene last episode where he fists a guy in the chest to kill him, that's a brutality of his. I didn't even realize that. That's straight from the show. The game has a brutality where he just shoves his fist into a character's chest, and he's same thing. He's like, "Shh, it's all over. It's all over now." So I'm glad I'm noticing these details that I didn't pick up on beforehand. What else can I play? You know, I want to hear the original. So yeah, I'm really wanting to see more of the Seven, especially Homelander. So I'm already halfway into season 1 because there's only 8 episodes. You know, I like it so far. Huey is definitely meant to be the character that is us, the audience, the average viewer of the show. Just a regular, ordinary, average guy. Nothing special about him, just a normal person who was put into a bad position, so now he needs to do something way out of his league to try to get some sort of justice. You know, a scared character way out of his mind doing something like this, right? So Huey is us. But I'm still curious to see, what's the deal with Butcher? Why does he have such a vendetta against the Supes? Like, end of last episode when he learned that Huey knows Starlight, he would try to really get the message through to him that Starlight's not like them. She's not corrupt, she's good and nice and genuine. You know, she's not like the rest of the Seven. He was like, no, she's a Supe. She's one of them. So I really want to know why Butcher has such a vendetta against the Supes and Vought. I had beef tripe noodles for dinner tonight. So now that I finally got my hands on Player 2 Cloud amiibos, I don't have to keep on looking at the online listing for, well, the amiibo at GameStop. You know, the exact GameStop I went to today with my friend, there was also other amiibos there, but I already had them all. They had the Mario Odyssey wedding amiibos. wedding Mario, Peach, and Bowser amiibos there. They also had the Koopa Troopa, Goomba, and Boo amiibos there, as well as I think I saw Waluigi. So they had those amiibos there, mostly Mario amiibos. And I was just, you know, reminiscing, reflecting back on the fact that this very GameStop, I came here over 7 years ago to get the Mario wedding amiibos. I remember it. It was high school. The amiibos were coming out the day of. Lunch period just happened to be around 10 in the morning when GameStop, previously EB Games, would open. So lunch period, I would leave high school, go to the mall. Right when EB Games opened, I would ask, do you have the amiibos? 7 years ago, I left high school during lunch period, dragged all my friends with me, just to get the amiibos. And you know, by the time it took me to walk from school to the mall, buy the amiibos, maybe grab something quick to eat, I would need to walk back to school. Because lunch period, every period I think is like an hour, 20 minutes. So, an hour, 20 minutes to walk from school to mall, buy, eat, walk from mall to school. It's like, you know, very little leeway actually. It's like perfectly an hour and 20 minutes. So yeah, 7 years ago, I stood where I stood today to get those amiibos that they now have for sale again. I didn't buy them since I recently ordered the Wedding Mario 3-pack off of Amazon. So, you know, not them separated, the 3-pack. Why is this Yveltal not shining? Well, before I potentially find the shiny and get cut off, let's talk about Oshinoko Season 2 Episode 4. This episode was fantastic. This was a great episode. Especially the second half. So this episode opens up with Abiko actually going to see one of Goa's plays, and then she liked it. So then she has a talk with, what the hell was his name again? Raida. I have a wiki pulled up for the characters' names, just to be sure. So she talks with Raida about it, and then, you know, she admits, like, yeah, the play was good. Oh, it's written by Goa? Oh. Because Raida brought up a very good point. Abiko is good at writing her manga, but not writing a play. Those are two different, you know, mediums. Two different things to write. They're not structured the same. They don't have the same sort of, you know, structure. Wow, that's literally what I just said. They're just not structured the same in terms of writing. So, Raida actually makes a very good point. One that I didn't even consider. There is a possibility that that Abiko's script could be greenlit, could be what they do for the play, but because of her inexperience to write for a play, she doesn't know what she's doing, so it could suck. They could just go with the script, but it could suck. Because she just doesn't have the experience in this field. So they reach an agreement. She will allow Goa to write the script, but on one condition. She will join the discussion and she will be there to guide, him writing it. So then they're, on this Zoom call, this almost Discord call. They're writing the script and, they're hitting it off. Goa and Abiko, they're having a good time. They're actually, they're actually writing the script very well. They stayed up the whole night to write the script. So then, our characters, the cast, get the new script. See, the downside of the script is it relies heavily on the acting of the cast. So, if the play sucks, it's not the script's fault, it's going to be the actor's fault if they can't portray the emotions well enough. So, Aqua has to do the scene with Akane during the play. Probably the final scene where he holds her in his arms and then, he believes she's dead, but then she comes back. He's supposed to have a giant wave of emotion. The director, yeah, he made a good point, which I was aware of. You need to actually increase the amount of emotion you do for a performance in order to get it across to the audience. Because if you think you're acting well, probably step it up a notch a little bit just to convey to the audience. You always need to do one step a little bit further, to really give off whatever emotion you're trying to portray. Alright, and it's after this moment that the episode was really good. Really dark as well. So, the problem with the script is that it relies heavily on the actors being able to portray emotion. And Aqua cannot do that. Aqua, up to this point, is pretty bland. He always has a straight face. Doesn't really smile, doesn't really show many emotions. So he actually... Well, first of all, Akane sits next to him to comfort him about his lack of expertise with this kind of acting, but then Akane gives him the cold hard truth. Aqua's like, yeah, I can't do this, but you can, Akane. Akane? You can't, Kana. I always get their names mixed up. So he actually asks he asks Kane, how do you cry for acting? Kana, unfortunately brings up like one technique every actor might do to cry for a scene. Think of something tragic. Think of something sad. And if you want to, and vice versa, if you want to portray happiness, think of something happy in your life. Think about happy memories. So Kana, unfortunately, gives the advice to Aqua, if you're trying to cry for the scene, think about what you would feel if your mother died. Oh boy. That is, unfortunately, the wrong thing to say. Because then Aqua has these PTSD flashbacks to Ai's death. And then he also tries to ignore that, tries to not think about that, tries to think about happiness. Tries to think about happy memories. He even cracks a little bit of a smile, but then I guess the other voice in his head, the doctor, the voice of Dr. Amamiya, or, the life he had beforehand, the voice of the doctor is haunting him. Like, don't you dare show emotion. Don't you dare feel happy. Remember, you let her die. And then we get these really dark, fiery visuals of Ai's death. So then Aqua has a panic attack. He has a panic attack, and then, you know, he and Akane go to, what was this guy's name? Gatunda's place? Because he's the only one who knows of Aqua's situation, his position. He knows about his past. So Aqua has a panic attack. He goes to Gatunda's place to relax and rest. And then he spills the beans to her that Aqua as a child went through something horrifically, you know, terrible. Traumatic. He went to counseling, he got therapy, he pretended to be better to not worry his family. So when Aqua was bedridden, unconscious, Akane by his side, he utters the name I, and Akane begins to piece it together. I'm not going to lie to you, I did get goosebumps at this because I really like the way Akane pieced it all together. Akane pieced it all together. She knows Aqua has this weird obsession with, you know, that idol who died 14 years ago. But why? Akane pieces it together. Like, he went through a traumatic experience when he was young. I died when, you know, he was a young... I would have died when he was a young age. Both he and his sister have a strange, close connection to I. You know, Aqua's sister Ruby also restarted B Kamachi, the same idol group that I was a part of. They share the same last name. So, like, I's last name was never made public, but, you know, they still know. They know. She knows that they share the last name. They were adopted by Miyako, who did work for I before she died. I really like that. She started to piece it all together. There was even a flashback to literally what she said in Season 1. What if I had a secret child? She really started to piece it all together. But she's still on the fence. She didn't straight up ask Aqua when he woke up, "Are you by chance Ai's son?" Because, you know, he's going through a lot right now. So best not to ask him straight up. But she has her suspicions now. So she embraces Aqua, assuring him, "I will be here to, you know, bear your trauma with you." I gotta say, I like Aqua and Akane together. I don't know how I feel about Aqua and Kana being together. Maybe I need to see it first to maybe get that vibe. And let me just say, Aqua and Akane are so much better than Aqua and his sister Ruby. Even though I know that's where that's the end game we're heading towards. So for the time, I will enjoy Aqua and Akane together. And I gotta say also, poor Kana, you know? Because that director guy, he was like, "Akane, you're his girlfriend, aren't you? Go be with him. Because he's not well right now." Poor Kana, she wants to be that role. She wants to be in that position. I'm sure Kana would love to be, you know, the person by Aqua's side when he's sick in bed. Oh, poor Kana. I feel for you, Kana. I know that feeling. Trust me. I know how that feels. So yeah, great episode. Honestly, great episode. I really like this one. I like that Akane finally pieced together who Aqua is. And she even recognizes too, like, it must have been so hard for you to... Oh shit, I forgot this whole time. I was supposed to collect eggs. Oops. I like that she, was also like, it must have been so hard for you to keep this a secret this whole time. No one to tell it to. Aqua's like, what are you talking about? Because Akane didn't straight up say it. Like, she recognizes why he probably kept it a secret this whole time. She recognizes, she wasn't mad at him for keeping it a secret. Which, thankfully, she didn't. Thankfully, she didn't get mad at him hiding it. Once again, no Ruby in this episode. Ruby is barely in the season so far, so I'm really hoping, because where we're at in the story is that there's 2 weeks left until the play, and we're only 4 episodes into the 13-episode season, so I'm really hoping that half the season is about the play and the other half is, more Ruby-centered, because she's barely in the season so far. Well, that's all I have to talk about tonight. So if the Shiny wants to show up and end the stream early, I wouldn't not be mad about it anymore. Well, actually, that friend of mine texted me 6 minutes ago saying he was home. Maybe he went out for dinner. Well. Oh well, I already talked about both. So, too bad for him. Excuse me, I'm just collecting the eggs real quick. Never mind, done collecting. I'm getting a lot less eggs right now. I normally get like average 8 to 10 every 4 minutes. I'm getting like 6 right now. 5 or 6. Well, today is the 18th of December. We only have a few days left. Less than, actually, yesterday would have been 2 weeks until New Year's. So we have 13 days. Actually, no. Whatever. We have until the 31st for New Year's. No, we have 12 more days. Because we're almost... It's almost the 19th. It's almost midnight. Well, there goes another year. A year that is almost gone forever. It's almost gone for the rest of history, or the rest of eternity, the rest of time. Anyone else bittersweet about, New Year's? Yes, you're excited, you're looking to the future. It's a brand new year. The potential and possibilities are limitless. But then it's also like, well, the year's over. It's gone. So fast it went by. And, this year is gone forever. We will never get that number as a year again. Unless some sort of, cataclysmic calamity happens, resets humanity, and we start back at year 1. But then again, it's like, we could start over, but it just won't be the same anymore. By the time we've reached that number for a year, it will not be the same as when we had it the first time. We can have another year Y2K. A year Y2K. We can have another year 2000 if something happens, humanity falls, society is destroyed, we rebuild, we start over. We can have another year 2000, but it's not going to be the same. Like, who knows? If we have another year 2000, will we have the fear-mongering again? Like, the turn of the millennium. All computers and electronics are going to shut down and fail. Damn, it makes me kinda want to play Ocarina of Time again. Because, I've been watching Nintendo Capri Sun's Zooter 2024. Yes, I would love to play a Zooter, but I don't know how to set that up. When I went to the mall today to pick up these amiibos, I mentioned that I also went to Walmart to pick up some cheese. Well, it turns out my friend, his mom, worked at the optical center at Walmart. And I'm just thinking, like, are they by chance hiring? So I actually not only went to say hi, I also just straight up asked, are you guys hiring? Because I just got my license. I was actually told, like, if you're looking for a job, you probably want to apply online, because places, they just don't take paper, like physical in-person paper resumes anymore, which kind of sucks. You ever feel like things are getting a little too digital? Like, you ever think we should probably scale it back a bit? But, we're not going to. As time moves on, we're only going to get more and more advanced. More well, how does that word go? Technological? Technological. When I went to Costco earlier tonight, what I did actually buy was a pack of 32 macarons for like $14.99, so basically $15. Before tax, that is. So, like, let's say $16 for 32 macarons, that's like $2 a macaron. Which actually isn't that bad. $2 a macaron, that's not that bad. You go to a certain bubble tea place that is also paired up with a baking place. You know, they're like $3, $4 per macaron. So quite expensive. Brother, you're here now. You're saying start. I already talked about the boys and Oshinoko. Did you go out for dinner? I assume you went out for dinner, right? Unless you just had a late shift. I don't know. I didn't know if you were showing up tonight. So, I just went ahead and talked about it. Got home, showered, shower apostrophe D, then ate. Alright, there goes 2 picnics. Let me see how many eggs I collected. Pause. Yee, that I collected 97 eggs. Normally, a picnic averages like 2 boxes, so 60. So, to only get 3 boxes and 7, yeah, that's below average. Gotta get that protein in somehow. Boy, ain't you skinny enough. Talk about some damn protein. How about you get some meat on your bones before actually converting it into muscle? I'm not one to talk. I have plenty of meat on my bones, and I'm not converting any of it to muscle. So, correct me if I'm wrong, because I don't know shit about this topic. If you want muscle mass, don't you need to have fat to convert into muscle first? Correct me if I'm wrong. Isn't it kind of hard to go from just skinny bones to muscle? Because there's just nothing to turn into muscle? Let me know. Let me know how wrong I am. I don't know jack about exercise. So, like, wouldn't it be ideal to gain some actual weight first before exercising? And then, while you're exercising down that weight, then you consume protein? I need to pee really bad, so I'm gonna do one more reset and then I'm just gonna go pee real quick. Alright, unless this is shiny, I'll be right back. Alright. By the way, I'm not counting eggs for my Hisuian hunts. I don't care. What other song can I play? Oh yeah, so a couple things were announced for Pokemon Go. It has been confirmed that the Wild Area event, with the Safari Balls, will indeed return next year. So it seems like it will become an annual thing. And also, it's been announced that I think January Community Day will be none other than Sprigatito. So I'm definitely excited for that. It is the Gen 9 starter I chose. However, I'm a little bit worried that what if I get a better one, an excellent one than the one I already best buddied? Because I already have a female 96 IV best buddy Meowscarada. I'm a little afraid. What if I find one that's better? What if I find a Hundo female, or even better, a Shundo female? Or just flat out find a female one that has better IVs than 96. It's not going to be easy to find one that's better, given that, well, it's like a 1-to-8 ratio to find it female. And then, obviously, finding one with better IVs than 96. But if there's ever a day to get that, it will be Community Day. And, well, if I don't get it that chance, then there's still December Community Day. Because typically the Community Days for December is an amalgamation of all the Community Days that happen throughout the year. I believe that's going to happen this weekend for this year. This upcoming weekend. Tomorrow is the Shiny Rayquaza Terra Raid. So I'm excited to get that. Hey, free Shiny Rayquaza. Oh, why is this so long? I'm trying to think, what other song can I play? Oh, you know what? I see this recommended. It has been a while since I heard this. Hyrule Castle theme. This is maybe a little loud. Let me turn it down. Oh, at long last! Finally! Okay, I need to once again take off the rubber bands. Do not accidentally reset over this, and take out the stylus. Alright, just need to line it up again. Make sure it's straight. Oh, that actually took longer than expected. How's that look? Does that look straight? Okay, remember the plan. Remember the method to catch it. First, paralyze it with Thunder Wave. And then I'm going to switch out to Greninja. Wouldn't it be tragic if I killed this thing? Remember, it's not a big deal if I fail this. It's just digital code in a video game. It's okay. We'll move on. You know what? This is perfect time. Uses Phantom Force, gives me a chance to throw down a Roto Catch. I have no idea if I crit. Will it knock it out? Guess we're gonna find out. Okay, that's good. Alright, it's down to yellow. It's paralyzed. Now, throws Pokeball. Also, Roto Catch is down. That is why I keep saying yellow HP. Do not go for 1 HP, paralyzed, or asleep. You do not need 1 HP. Yellow HP is the way to go. Let's see the summary real quick. Move my water bottle out of the way. So there you go, shiny Yveltal. This thing is Jolly Nature. I don't know if that's good or bad, and frankly, I don't care. Oh yeah, Jolly for the holidays, true. Alright, send to a box. Yes! We have 2 of 3. Which means next time we can start the oh so painful hunt for Zygarde. If I thought this took a while, Zygarde is going to take the longest. Unless I get lucky and get it quick. Next time we start potentially the longest hunt we have to do here. Shiny Zygarde. That will take me a very long time. Zygarde is really hard to hunt, for those who don't know. Don't worry, you'll see. You'll see when I start that next time. So here it is. It's literally the only thing in my PC. Shiny Yveltal. Because no way in hell was I going to get this again in Dynamax Adventures. At least not until Pokemon Bank truly shuts down, and there's no way to get it in this game easily and transfer it up. Until Dynamax Adventures is the only way to get this shiny, I will not hunt it in that again. I'd much rather buy a whole nother copy of this game just to hunt it. Which is exactly what I did for Xerneas. There you go, everyone. Shiny Yveltal. Feels good. Feels good to get a shiny. It never gets old. The feeling of getting a shiny never gets old. See, it's a good thing I talked about the boys and Oshinoko early tonight. Because what I don't want to happen is getting the shiny and getting cut off halfway into talking about an episode. Alright, we have 2 of 3. Next time we start Shiny Zygarde. Talk about some pointers again? Nope, too bad. I got the shiny, I'm ending for tonight. I would have ended around midnight anyway, so that would have been another roughly 14 more minutes. So, got this just in time. Alright, we got the shiny. That's it for tonight. Next time, we start the hunt for Zygarde. See you guys then for that. Alright, bye.